guys, how are you? It is Julie Salva. You are at Stamp and Shine with Julie Salva, and I am glad you're here for day three. Day three of the InColor Craft-Along. So you may have already seen some of the videos with the projects for today, but if you haven't, I'm so glad that you're joining in with me. So a couple of things. You know that we are working with two suites this week. We are working with the Celebratory Sips suite, okay, which features the Cheers and Sips stamp set, the coordinating cardstock or designer series paper, celebratory suite or sweeps. That is not it, sips. And then we're also working with the Impressions in Bloom Floral Impression Suite. So that's this. Hey Jen. So I want to remind you that today a fantastic special began, and that special is a suite special. Basically, and you've heard it before, but you can get one suite and then get the second one half price. Or, hey, Mary Van, it's good to see you. Or you can get any item in a suite and get the second one for half price. So, really great special, and that goes all month long. Hey, Gayla, all month long. Now, the really great thing about it is that if you choose to place an order with me by Friday, you can take advantage of that special if you want, and I'll give you the 40-page tutorial. Oh, you got the celebratory sips today, Jen. You are broken. But if you choose to shop with me by the 6th, I'll send you the tutorial for free. So Carrie took advantage of that today, and a couple others of you are out there making your list. So I just wanted to let you know that. You can also purchase the tutorial for $25. Totally up to you. Totally up to you. But that's all our business. The business is now over with, and I'm ready to stamp. So let me get my computer over here set up so that I can look at your comments and whatnot while we go. Yesterday, I missed some of them, and I felt kind of bad about that. I was like, oh, gosh. So hopefully I won't miss any today. Before we do that, though, as you know, I always have a few samples that we will not be making, but samples I've gotten in swaps that other people have made that feature the suites that we're using. So this is one that Kay Cogbill did, and this features the celebratory sips, but one of the things I like about it is that she's taken the arches and used them upside down, and I'm seeing that more and more and more. So that focuses on that. Hey, Carol Beth. So Jen, you said you got 2 pre-order suites. See, Jennifer's able to do that because she's a demonstrator. If you want a sneak peek at the pre-orders for the new sets that are coming out next month, just be a demonstrator, and you can get your discount, and you can get the special. So anyway, now let's look at some Floral Impressions ones. This is by Karen Hicks. Karen, this is a super cute card. Oh, Karen Hicks. Isn't that cute? Love the colors and the stamping. And again, that features the Floral Impressions. This one is by Angie Leach. We worked with those colors the last 2 days, so you guys are familiar with those. And this one is by Oksana Siminska. Don't you love that? This one I think is perfect for what I've been trying to tell you guys about how find a layout that works and then you can adapt it to so many things, right? So I love those, and I just, like I said, I wanted to show them to you. So look at Jen over here putting all the stuff. You can add pre-order items to your kit. It's all the things. Good points, Jen. Hi, Carla. So let me put this one away, and we'll get going. So I had a good day today. Pepper. Oh, Pepper. Lots of tornadoes. Yes. Well, we will absolutely keep you in our prayers. Are you in the Midwest? I think I have a friend in Kansas City who just put something about tornado warnings. So it's very scary. I know it's very scary. So just we'll keep you in our prayers and just stay calm. So Carol Beth, you ordered 3 times today. Look at demonstrators go. I'm telling you guys, you need to be part of this fun. One was the bundles, one was paper, and one had other stuff. I'm telling you, Carol Beth, way to take advantage of some things, because that's the money saving. Oklahoma City, Pepper. Okay, good to know. My niece actually lives in Norman. She goes to school at the University of Oklahoma, so I don't think she's too awfully far from you. All right. Let me move. I'm going to scoot this over. Give me just a second. All right. This will be good. I can put the computer over here and scoot it down just a little bit for you guys. This is, now you see all my secrets. This is my coaster for when I have my drinks up here. Okay, this is gonna work, okay? This is gonna be good. Oh, Gayla, you're in tornadoes too. Gosh. All right, well, we'll keep you there too. Carol Beth said she used her reward, so it was a big win today. And Jennifer Vanderwecken is blaming me, Rhonda, and Ange. I'll take it. I'll take it. So, all right. So let's jump in. The first one we're going to do today is Impressions in Bloom. And this is going to be an easier card. We've done some cards that have a lot of steps, that have a little bit more in-depth to them. So this is going to be an easier one today. And surprisingly, I designed it. And the reason I say surprisingly is because we're not surprised, because this is where I specialize, the quick and easy card. So my base is going to be Strawberry Slush, and I'm just going to cut it in half at 5.5 inches. It's going to be a regular base, nothing fancy. Okay, so got that. Then I want to show you something here, okay? We've got some Pretty in Pink. I've already cut the Pretty in Pink to 3 1/4 by 4 1/4 because my DSP that I'm going to mat on here is going to be 3 by 4. Point. If you're working with 12 by 12 paper and you're cutting it, anytime you could cut in numbers that are multiples of 12, listen at me getting all mathy, that's good because you can get more out of it. So I want to show you this piece, and I haven't cut it specifically because there's a reason. Okay, take a look at this piece. I want you to see how the colors are kind of divided here, okay? Do you notice that vertically here you've got something that kind of features a Strawberry Slush, the Pretty in Pink. Then it goes over into a section that we've got a little bit of the Timid Tiger, and we've got some of the Darling Duckling. Then over here we've got some Garden Green, we've got some Old Olive. Then scooting over a little bit more, we can go with the blue, so Secret Sea, even maybe Blueberry Bushel, Misty Moonlight. Blueberry Bushel may be a little too dark. And then here, we're over with Petunia Pop and Fuchsia. So this one piece gives you some variety in what you want to do. This is the back, kind of what I call the B side. It's got a little subtle check there. But the thing about this is that you can take the same card, cut your paper a little bit differently, and just change the colors, and it's going to look totally different. Now for this, we're using the Strawberry Slush Pretty in Pink. And like I told you, I'm going to cut it to 3 inches by 4 inches. And now you can see I'm going to put this aside, and those other colors are now safe for me to go and work with. So 3 inches by 4 inches. And you can see I can get 3 cards out of this one strip with this little piece here, okay? So this is going to go matted right on that Pretty in Pink, okay? So I'll do that. I'll adhere that in just a minute. But before I sit down, I'm standing up, I want to teach you another tip. And I know Rhonda's referred to it, and I saw somebody ask a question. I don't know if she got to it, so I wanted to get to it. On the inside of cards, most of the time, we'll put a light piece in here to write your sentiment, particularly if it's a dark card, and we'll cut it to 4 by 5 1/4. That gives us a little bit of a 1/4 inch margin on each side. Now you'll notice here there's a little bit more than that. Why? I cut this to 3 1/2 by 5. Well, Julie, why would you cut it to 3 1/2 by 5? Out of all the dimensions that you pick, why would you pick those? Because I can get, out of a sheet of 8 1/2 by 11 cardstock, I can get 5 inserts as opposed to 4. And that makes a difference. So the way that you do that is, first of all, you cut it 5 inches, okay? So 5 inches. Now we know that this piece of cardstock is 8 1/2 inches, right? So if I cut a 5 inch piece, this gives me a 3 1/2 inch piece left over, right? So now what I'm going to do is go in and cut 2 5 inch pieces. Remember I told you the dimensions I'm working with are 3 1/2 by 5. And I'm doing it because I want to get 5 card inserts out of one regular sized piece of cardstock as opposed to the 4 that we normally do. And I've got this 5 inch piece. You guys can figure out what's getting ready to happen. I'm going to cut 3 3 1/2 inch pieces here. There's 1, 2, and 3. So by cutting that way, I have this left over. That is all I have left over. And that can go in my scrap bag. But I have 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 inserts to go inside my card. And I think you can see that that size is fine for the inside of a card. So I wanted to teach you that today. Like I said, it's not rocket science, but it's one of those things that sometimes you just need to see it so that you can visualize what I'm talking about. So with that, we are going to put this quick and easy card together. The fun thing, though, is that our next project is going to be a bag, and I think you'll like it. So fold it in half here. Varnish with my bone folder. Take my adhesive. Let me get my close-up glasses here. And adhere. Pop this on. Again, this card is designed to be the card that you are mass producing. This is when, oh my gosh, I've got a bunch of thank you cards I want to send out. Oh my gosh, I've got, you fill in the blank, okay? Fill in the blank, it's up to you. But this is your mass produced card because it's just gonna be so easy. Now, before I adhere this to my base, I've cut a piece of 3/4 by 4 1/4, again, from the DSP, and I want this pink pattern here. Make sure when you're cutting a pattern that faces a certain way, make sure that you cut it in the way that you want, okay? This is, well, it's done perfectly, isn't it? So, there you go. So I'm gonna put a strip of adhesive right down there. I'm gonna put this about 1/3 of the way up. Now you can see just how quickly you can assemble this card. Put some adhesive here. And, oh, my tornado friends. I'm pulling comments up on my computer so I can see them. I hate it for you guys. So here's my tornado story, okay? So we had just moved, because Nashville gets its fair share of tornadoes too. We had just moved to Nashville, and I was here. Matt was about 2.5 years old. Pause. 3/4 on basic white, and I cut it to 4 inches. It doesn't matter because I'm gonna trim. Okay. Sorry about all that noise over there. Take strawberry slush for my sentiment. Anyway, so we moved here, and don't you know, tornadoes. Tornado warnings are coming through. Everything is crazy. And you guys know the newscasters, I don't know that they really make it that much easier for us, you know? Hey, Katie. Oh, good. A team meeting. Because they're like, the tornado is now headed to take cover now. And I mean, I appreciate them. I truly appreciate them because, you know, they help us. I mean, they take the seriousness of it and they make sure that we know it. So in no way am I getting on newscasters. But sometimes the way that they say things, I mean, it makes it, at least for me, I get more nervous. So here I am in Nashville. I'm stamping I appreciate you. Okay, pretend I'm sending this to all of you guys. Oh my gosh, that is such good stamping right there. And so I'm here. I've just moved here. I don't know anything. And what are they doing? They're talking about, you know, the tornado is on this road. It's on this road. I'm in a closet or in a hall bathroom. Okay. And I have no idea where anything is. And Mark is in New York City. He was training. Matt had gone down to Florida with my mom and dad because they were going to take care of him so I could, you know, get some stuff done around the house. You know, moving in with a 2.5-year-old is not the easiest thing. And I'm calling Mark in New York, just hysterical. I don't know where it is. It could be here anytime. And I don't know the names of these streets. And he's like, felt so helpless. He's like, I don't know what to do. I'm in New York. Anyway, the commentator was named Lisa Patton. And if you're in the Nashville area, Lisa's retired, but you know of her. I mean, she was great. Okay, see how cute that looks? All right. I just put a few dimensionals right here, popped the sentiment up. And now the very last thing I'm going to do is just go to Strawberry Slush and grab a couple of gems. I'm not even putting ribbon on this. And I do have to do something for the inside. Okay, I need to do that. But this is, I mean, you guys, you can mass produce so many of these. I'm going to do some of my smaller ones over here. So I always say have a layout that is your go-to layout that will look good no matter what. Okay, and that's what this is. Just quick and easy and a thank you. So let's do the inside and I will continue my story. All right. So I'm going to grab one of these inserts, the 3.5 by 5. So Lisa Patton, all right, she's the she's the weather person. Well, I kept listening over the years to Lisa Patton because I was just such a fan of her. You know, even though I was scared, it wasn't her fault. I could tell that she was very thorough in everything that she did. So I listened to Lisa Patton and honestly kind of developed a little bit of a, like, I don't know, like a fangirl. I was fangirling Lisa Patton for sure. Well, fast forward, okay? Fast forward. I am at a girl's house. We are doing a Stampin' Up! Party, okay? And she's like, hey, my friend Lisa Wheeler's going to come. And I'm like, okay, no worries. That'll be great. I love to meet friends, right? I'm doing two-tone stamping here, by the way. I just did this in Pretty in Pink. All right, I just stamped my flower in Pretty in Pink. And in walks Lisa Patton. And I'm like, wait a minute. You just said this other name, right? This is Lisa Patton. And she's like, oh, well, that's her TV name. And I was like, oh. So I met her, and of course, like, I don't know about you guys, if you've ever met anyone famous in Nashville on occasion, I have met a couple famous people, and I act like such a goober, such a goober. I'm like, oh, and of course I told her the whole story, and I'm sure that this was not a story that she really needed to know, but here I am needing to tell it to her. Well, I guess I didn't goober too bad because she came back and she would stamp with me on occasion. And so that's my story. I don't even know why I told you that. Well, I told you to distract Gayla and Pepper, who are in a tornado situation. How do the newscasters say it? Tornadic. It is a tornadic situation. So, all right, so on the top of my flower, I just did Strawberry Slush. It's a little bit off, but that's okay because it's just, again, it's just a fun flower, right? Now I've got the Darling Duckling. I'm going to get the insert for my flower. And I like, there's two of them, okay? Can you see this? You cannot. Right here. I'll do it right here. You've got just the one circle for the insert. It's just very, very plain. And then you've got the other one that I'm going to stamp that has like the, I don't know, what do you call that? Like, oh my gosh, that's not that great. Let's see if I can fix that. I can! Look at that! Look at that. The joy I feel right now. Has kind of the little dimpling inside of it, maybe the spot where the seeds are. So anyway, so just did that. And then, of course, we've got our leaves that I'm going to do. And you guys know the leaf I like. It's the one that has the detail in it. I will say this stamp set does have a solid leaf as well. I don't even know why. This one is so much better. Okay. Gosh, I probably shouldn't have said that. Julie, learn how to do some things right. Old Olive. I'm going to just do a leaf there. And I like going off the edge. You guys know that about me. I've shared that many a time. And there we go. So that is going to be my inside. Let me get this and just wipe that up real quick, because if not, I'll get Old Olive on the card. So, oh, that's the main one. Let's go on and put the insert down. And this card and this project, boom, boom, is done. So, isn't it nice to have an easy project sometimes? So there you go. Quick, easy. Oh, Jennifer, you have tornadoes sometimes in Alberta. Yeah, Jennifer's our Canadian friend. So I appreciate you. Pretend I'm mailing this to all of you guys. There's the inside. Quick, easy, boom, we're done. No die cutting, no anything like that. It's just a card. But lest you think that we are going to spend our time doing easy things, no ma'am, no ma'am. Here is our super cute bag, okay? So cute. And it unties at the top because that's what holds it together. And then it opens up like this. Look how cute that is. Look how cute. Those of you who got the kit ahead of time, you got some candy in it. There's some candy that's fruit flavored, kind of some gummy things that I gave you to put inside of this. But I need to show you how to make it. Okay, so here we go. You are going to start off with a piece of Timid Tiger. Timid Tiger, all right? Now, I've already scored, thank you, Jennifer. I've already scored, but you know what? Hold on, I'm gonna get another piece of Timid Tiger because I think you guys need to see this, okay? If you're visual, you'll be glad I did. Here, I'm coming back, don't go anywhere. So if you ever come to my stamp room, I could give you a tour, but if you ever come to my stamp room, I have a great closet off the room. This is actually a bedroom, or designed to be a bedroom. There's nothing bedroomy about it. I've made it my office, but there's a great closet, and it has like amazing storage. So that's where I went to. I'll give you a video tour of it, but maybe not today because it's a mess. So you're gonna cut this piece. It's already 8.5. The dimensions that you want to cut it are 8 by 8.5. So I'm going to keep this, the 8.5 side, but I am going to cut this side to 8. So I will take my arm out and go to 8 inches and cut. All right. That's the only cutting using this that I need to do. So this is my scrap left over. I'm going to put it over there. Now, you've got to pay attention here, all right? Not because it's hard, but just because, I mean, an 8.5 by 8 piece, it's almost a square. And it's important with your scoring that you score one, how am I saying this? What are my words? Get your words, Salva. The 8.5 inch side has certain scores and the 8 inch side has certain scores. So you always want to double check that. Again, I keep my ruler handy. Sometimes I have my glass mat, most times that I stamp on. So let's look at our scoring dimensions, okay? So that you guys can see me score. Listen to see me score. So for this, you are going to score on the 8 inch side. So let me make sure I've got my 8 inch side here, because if you don't, you're going to mess up and then you're going to be mad and it's not going to be my fault. You're not going to be able to blame me. Katie Lee, what are you saying here? Once you had to lay on top of your children in a ditch while a tornado went right over you. Oh my gosh. A 6-year-old and a 10-year-old in Colorado. Katie, oh my goodness. That wins the prize right there. And that is not a prize anyone wants to win, is it? So, okay, on the 8 inch side, you're going to score at 1 1/4. So what are we getting ready to do? Park the dart. Score at 1 1/4. Score at 4 3/4. And there's in the tutorial there's a diagram with this, okay? So it makes it a lot easier. And then score at 5 1/4. Then on the 8.5 inch side, and again, I'm certain I did it right, but because I also know me, I'm gonna measure it again. A 10-month-old baby. Oh wow. On the 8.5 inch side, we're going to score at 1/2. I'm going to just do it on this side and then I'll flip. Okay. 3 1/4. 4 1/4. Or I'm sorry, 4 1/2. I know you're like, Julie, how do you know these numbers so well? Well, because I'm a genius. Also because I'm looking at the tutorial off to my left. And then 7 1/4. Okay. All right. So I have scored here. And if you look at this, I mean, it's hard to see. Let me see if I can get it better that way. Well, you can kind of see there's here. There we go. There's a lot of score lines. Okay. A lot of score lines. So what I have done, I went ahead and did this one already. What I've done is I went through and I kind of just put ink where I'm going to be cutting, because this one has a lot of things that you're cutting, and I wanted to make sure I didn't cut in the wrong place or anything like that. So this is a tip for you, okay? When you're doing things that you're going to need to cut pieces off, go on and put a little dab of ink or something on it, because I think that you'll find that that makes it a lot easier. You're not going to get confused as much. So I'm going to take my snips. Now, I could use my paper trimmer if I wanted to, all right, but I'm not. And I'm going to cut these pieces that I've marked. See how that makes it easier? I don't have to think anymore, because I've already marked them. So I'm going to cut those off. Okay. And then all of these right here. So I'm going to cut all of those. This one really, my paper trimmer probably would have been pretty easy to do. But, you know, here we are, right? And right here. Okay, so this is my box, and I know right now you're like, what in the world, Salva? How are we doing anything with that? You know what? I lied. I said I was not going to use my paper trimmer, but a little bit of this is uneven, and that's bugging me in a big way. So I am actually gonna trim some of that off. Yeah, that's gonna be better. Okay, let me go on and do this little bit right here too. There we go. That's way better. Yep, that's way better. Looks better. Hey, you know what? What have I told you guys before? This is my project, right? If I decide I want to change my mind and go back through, I can. And you can too when you make it. That's the beauty of this. We can craft exactly how we want to craft. So I'm cutting these slits here a little bit at an angle just because that makes it fold up nicer. You guys know that. Let me cut a little bit right there at the angle. I didn't do that before, but I could have. So have you guys had a good day today? I want to tell you about my day while I'm making this. And I know right now some of you are like, no more incessant talking. You are incessantly talking. What you don't know is that when I get done, anytime I'm online, whether I'm doing this or leading Bible study or whatever, I have to go and have like a minute, because you're right, it is incessant talking. And that takes skill. Not anybody can do it, right? So let's see here. Do I have any more comments? Do we have any more comments? Pulling them up and just burnishing. Always do this on your 3D. See, now there are certain people that are like, what can I comment? What can I say to help her? How can I comment to help her? No worries. I can keep talking. Okay. So everything is burnished. I think you're starting to see now how this box is going to come together. Now, there are a couple of things with the Designer Series paper that you're going to need. So this that we're using now, we're using the Celebratory sips. We're using the DSP that goes with that. And I have already done some cutting ahead of time, okay? So these are the pieces of Designer Series paper that you need, okay? You need 2. Why did I not write the measurements down? Why did I not write them down? Oh, Katie had 6 kids today, so adult conversation is great. And Pepper says that I'm funny. So you know what, Pepper? I'm going to take that and run with it. So you need 2 pieces. That's these 2 right here that are cut to 2 5/8 by 3 3/8, okay? And I know you're like, that side is so pretty, Julie. You're using the ugly green. I am. It's true. And it's not ugly. And then you need 1 piece that's just cut to 2 5/8 by 2 5/8. So this, I wanted really hard not to use anything that focused on any of the beverages, even if the beverages are mocktails or whatever you want them to be. I just wanted this to be a gift container. I wanted you to see that you can reach outside the box with this and do a gift that is just, you know, a treat. So the 2 5/8, 2 5/8 is going to go here. This is the top of my box, okay? And I'd be worried if you didn't talk. Okay, you got something to be said. There's something to be said for that, okay? Then, and you can see I flipped this over. It looks like I'm decorating the back, but I'm not. Once we put the box together, you'll see how this works. These 2 pieces are going to go on these larger sections here, okay? I didn't cut any DSP to go on these 2 sections. You could if you wanted to, but you guys know, get a little bit lazy sometimes, and I didn't do it. So let me put these here, and they fit just perfectly, okay? So we've got this. Now look what's happening with my box here, all right? So I've got this part here, and I'm gonna put some adhesive on this 1/2" strip, and that's going to hold it together there, and then I'll fold my ends in. So let me go on and do that. But I think you're going to see that this is going to be, where did my tear and tape? There it is. Okay, I need to order some more. which means I might need to go in. I've already done one order today with our fun pre-order stuff. Oh my gosh, such cute things. I might have to go back in and do another. That's the benefit of being a demonstrator. That and being able to get that discount. So we're pre-ordering, we're taking advantage of a special, we're using our discount. So, I mean, all my boxes are checked. FOMO, saving money, all the things, being part of a community, all of them. So I'm gonna go just like so. Okay, now here's my box coming together. And again, by putting that 1/2" tab on the inside, you don't even see it on the outside. It's a nice clean fold. I will say this piece goes toward the back of the box where I did have the adhering, not because I think it looks sloppy, because I don't. But that's just the way that I do it. And then I'll fold my bottoms in, and I'm gonna put some tear and tape right here. You'll see this box is really easy to do. Once you kind of figure out, oh, I am cutting off a lot of the cardstock, and you're okay with that, and kind of work through that, take a couple deep breaths, it becomes very easy. These would be easy to mass produce, I think. So adhering there, taking bone folder, hammering there. Well, I'm gonna tell you what, Katie, the sweets are cute. And hey, Katie, the pre-order sweets count. You can use those as well, okay? You can use those and save money on that too. Now, here's the thing that can get you hung up, okay? I want you to see, this is the top of the box, all right? It's only a 1/2 inch long. This is not a 1/2 inch. The first time I made this, I was like, I've messed up. What have I done here? But then I realized you're gonna kind of gusset in, okay? The same way that we did on the box that Rhonda designed, you're gonna gusset in a little bit, but you're not gonna adhere it or anything like that because it comes out and rests against this 1/2 inch piece here. So it does have a little bit of, I don't know what I wanna say. It's not a flush gusset. By that, it means it's not pressed in tightly. It's that 1/2 inch there, okay? So that's that. Now, how are you gonna adhere it? Well, you could put the Velcro dot in like we did on that first project, but I'm not doing that. I'm taking the ribbon and I am going to tie a big old piece of ribbon around this, and the ribbon is going to be what adheres it. So let me take that and wrap it all around. And I know you're like, that is a lot of ribbon, Salva. And it is, you're right. But that's okay, because I have like yards of it. How many yards are on this? You guys got this included if you got the pre-order kit. It is 10 yards of ribbon, okay? 10 yards of ribbon, so you're gonna be okay. And I'm gonna take it and kind of even it up here. And I am gonna put a little dab of adhesive, not a big dab, okay? Now you're like, I didn't know there was such a thing as a little dab. There is on the bottom. And the reason that I'm doing that, once I get this kind of even up at the top, you gotta finagle for a minute. But the reason that I'm doing that is because it's gonna make it easier for me to tie. You can see that the ribbon doesn't really wanna cooperate, but by sticking it down there on the bottom, that becomes really helpful. So here's a tip, and it's gonna be off camera. Take the box and hold it in against your stomach. That gives you a little bit of leverage as you're doing the tying. So right now the box is resting, well, right under the girls. And that's holding it in really pretty good. So use them. Why did I say that? Oh my goodness, I'm appalled at myself. Not hugely appalled though, because it works. And you guys can all relate to it. All right, I'll come back on camera now. Okay. Hey, Lisa. Thank you, Lisa. So you guys, special guest Lisa on here. Lisa is one of the new Great North American Stampin' Show girls. Lisa Bowden. You're going to get to see her work on Thursday, and she is a great stamper. You guys are going to enjoy her. If you watched the very first episode, last month's episode of Julie and Friends, I know that, was she last? I think, Lisa, were you last month? I think she was. Katie, y'all laugh all you want. I'm telling you, that makes it so much easier to tie. But she's a great stamper, and you guys are going to love her work. So it's me and Jody, who you know, and then Lisa and Lauren Urbanis from Canada. So there you go, Jen. We got a Canadian in there. Okay, so we've got this. We want to go on and put our focal point on it. So using the stylish shaped dies, I have cut out a circle from Old Olive. I've cut out that little tiny banner that honestly I'm not a huge fan of, but yet by the same token, for something like this, it works. I'm going to get the It's Your Day stamp. And speaking of It's Your Day, today was my day. My friends and I got together and they stamped using kits. Took about an hour. So we kind of had a little bit of a kit get together. And then we went to eat for my birthday. Now you're like, Julie, your birthday was in May. And I was like, yeah, I know it was. So yeah, okay. So Katie, that's a great question with Brandy and Shannon. Both of them decided that they just didn't have the time to focus to the Great American Stampin' Show right now. You know, Shannon works full time for Stampin' Up, and that takes a lot of time for her. Brandy has a child that just graduated from high school. She's got a child serving a mission with their church. She just has a lot on her plate right now. And so they made that decision, and Jody and I we're sad. I mean, because we enjoy working with Brandy and Shannon, but there's no drama, there's no issue, there's nothing like that. That's just what happened. So hopefully we'll have some special guest appearances by them. So anyway, so here we go. It's Your Day, and I am going to pop it on this Old Olive circle. So I'll grab some dimensionals here. And by the way, you can still follow Brandy and Shannon, though, online. I've seen Shannon is doing some stuff on Instagram. Her name on Instagram is Shanny Makes, SHANNY Makes. She does more than just stamping. She's doing some quilting and some things like that, so you can follow her there. And Brandy, I think, is just Brandy Barnard, pretty sure. So we've got this going right here. Now, you might think to yourself, Julie, that's cute, but it's kind of, yeah, Lisa, the show must go on. So it's a little plain. So let me show you something, okay? Lana, you're just the best. Thank you. Thank you so much. You guys, I don't know. I mean, maybe it's just me, but I'm going to tell you something. Like, it gets intimidating when you're stamping because there are some good stampers, okay? And so when you're like, oh, I can do that, and I'm not going to lie, there's a part of me that is always like, can I really? So just know I bring a very definite insecurity into stamping pretty much every time. So Jen Vanderwecken, maybe that's why I talk all the time. I don't know. Anyway, let me show you something. We haven't used this before in Cheers and Sips. Now, remember what my goal was. I was trying to do something that had nothing to do with any kind of drink, alcohol, or non-alcohol. I wanted to do something different. So I looked at this little leaf thing, and it probably is like rosemary or something like that, but I thought I can do something with that. So I'm going to show you guys something. Now, I've seen people do this. Sarah actually did it. Sarah, the CEO of Stampin' Up. And I thought, well, if Sarah can do it, maybe I can do it. It's hard to tell, but I'm going to give it a try. So I've seen some people, you guys got to tell me, maybe you're some of them. Okay, when you do die cutting, okay, when you do die cutting, Georgia says, these a platform for big stamps. I hear you. When you do die cutting, do you stamp first and then die cut? Or do you die cut? Yeah, Karen Hicks, you're here. I showed one of your cards at the beginning. I showed, let me see which one it was, Karen. It's this one. I got it in a swap. I showed it to everybody, and we all liked it. So, yay, I'm glad you're here, okay? Jen, I have a lovely voice. I love you guys. So, anyway, all right. Some people, I've always stamped and then die cut, always. And that's probably still what I'm going to do. But I thought, you know what? Let's try an experiment. Because if there's ever an experiment to try, it's when we're on live Facebook. So I went ahead and I die cut this little stem of rosemary. Yeah, Gayla, I stamp and die cut too, but I'm just trying. And then I'm going to ink this up, and then I'm going to stamp on it and see if I can do it. Not to worry if I can't. I already did one the way I'm used to. So, but I think I might can. I think I have to stand up though. Okay. So let's see. Line it up. Let's see what happens. I'm so nervous. Hi, Christine. Rhonda die cuts, then stamps. Huh, I didn't know that. Okay, that is not bad. All right, that is not bad. It's a little off to the side, but I get it like that sometimes when I stamp and die cut anyway. But I will say I like the one I did better. This one I did earlier just to have a safety net, and I actually die cut and then stamped. So, and it did really, really well. I think that if you know, let me come in a little bit closer. I think if you got used to it, you could probably do it. And then I think that there are certain stamps that work better for it. So I've got my old olive blends. I've got some light and some dark. Now this little twig of whatever it is, we can say it's rosemary. I did a whole video, if you guys remember, with Julie and friends, calling a wrench an Allen wrench. It wasn't even close to an Allen wrench. It was not even close. I didn't know. That was just the only kind of wrench I knew of, was an Allen wrench. And so I'm like, why get bogged down in specifics? But you guys helped me. I know this. It is not an Allen wrench, the wrench I worked with. Oh, Rosemary Coleman does the same thing, huh? And I'm going to tell you what, well, those are two really great stampers. So maybe there's something to it, you know? I don't know. I don't know. Now I'm taking the dark and just adding some of that in there so that, you know, we have a little bit of contrast between the light and the dark olive blends. Is there anybody out there who has not yet tried blends? I mean, I can't imagine that, but maybe. I don't know. There's, you know, I always assume that there's a new stamper here, so it's just, who knows? Okay, so, oh, well, what is it? If you asked GPT what it was, what is this, Lisa? Chat GPT, that is a whole nother topic, you guys. That is a whole nother topic. All right, well, we've done it. So what I'm going to do is put a little bit of adhesive right here in the center, because again, it's just too blank. I mean, I didn't like it. Georgia, you've never tried blends? Okay, so tell me why. What is your reasoning behind that? Okay, I want to know. So, and it's rosemary. I did it. Okay. Karen says she's more comfortable stamping than cutting. Okay. All right. So I stuck some rosemary, thank you, back here. And now I am going to use dimensionals one more time to pop this up. And then my box is done. Okay. So Georgia, I would be interested in knowing about what your reasoning is with the blends. And there's no right or wrong. I'm just curious about it. I will tell you, I was hesitant for a long time because I was like, I like my markers and stuff, but now I do like my blends quite a bit. So anyway, almost done. Let me put a little bit of bling on here. And I'm using the Press Motifs for this. And I think I'm going to do the accent that I call the Faust from Elizabeth Faust. I call it the Faust because sometimes she only uses two. And I'm like, what is that about? Your coloring stinks, so you use chalk or colored pencils. Okay, well, I think chalk and colored pencils are great. I think that I would not underestimate your coloring, though, because as you can see, mine isn't that great either. But I love it. You use what you're comfortable with. Do you use a blender pen with those? I'm just curious. So anyway, hi, Nadine. Nadine, we have talked about tornadoes and blends, and that today I went out to a birthday lunch, and that we get tornadoes in Canada sometime. I mean, we have talked about a lot of stuff. So yeah, good stuff. Okay, so guess what? I'm gonna bring the phone back up. All right, you're gonna get to see outside my window for a minute. Here it is. There's part of my roof. I'm gonna flip it back around. Ta-da! I'm here. Okay, so we made our two projects. We made the box. You guys, this is such a cute box, and it really is super duper easy, okay? Cute box. And then we made quick, easy card because we have, where did I put it? Oh, here it is. We have done hard cards. We have done them, and we are tired of hard cards. We need a break. So there you go. So these are our two projects today. All right, the two projects today. So we have now done what? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this is day 3. So we are halfway done, and I'm telling you, there is so much more amazingness yet to come. Tomorrow we're doing Deborah Harrison's projects. So yeah, it's cute. Deborah Harrison's projects, and as all of Deborah Harrison's projects are, they're great. Okay, so we're doing those. One of them is I will call it a 3D, but it's not You can take a look at it. It's not so much a box per se. Well, it is a little. Well, you got to come back. You got to come back so you can see. And then we're doing a beautiful card. Deborah is so talented. Katie, it's on YouTube. You can go back, and it's also on Facebook here. And I'll send an email out. I didn't send one out with it because I'm like, I don't want to kill your inboxes or anything, but I'll do it. And then after her, we have Deb Smeek. So Deb has 2 projects. One is a fun fold. In fact, they're both fun folds. And to be honest, I'm a little worried about it. Okay, I think I can do it, but it's gonna take me a minute. And then the last day, we're ending strong, Jennifer Van der Wecken, with everyone's favorite Canadian. Well, there's a lot of favorite Canadians, but one of our favorite Canadians, Ange McKay. And she's got a cute 3D project. She's got the fussy cutting lined up for us and a great card. So anyway, we're going to have fun. So Georgia, tomorrow's your ladies group at church. Single ladies, never married, widowed, or divorced. You know what? I know you get a lot of comfort out of them. I know they are a good community for you. So absolutely you do that. And you can watch the replay, Georgia, and that will be just fine. So I want you to enjoy that tomorrow night. So anyway, that's where we're at, halfway. So I hope you guys had fun tonight. I had fun visiting with you. And tomorrow, what time tomorrow will I be? Yeah, I'll be back again tomorrow. I'll be at 5 o'clock tomorrow. All right. So 5 o'clock Central Time. Lana, I had to buy both those bundles because the group project's been so inspiring. I love that, Lana. I'm so glad that you did that. So, all right, guys, enjoy the rest of your night. And hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. Okay. Bye-bye.